But that doesn't do it because Rook can just redeclare with Knight.
True.
That's it.
True.
Okay, so
You know,
Rook takes it.
Yeah.
He takes
Rook,
it for a
Rook
round
took
two.
it.
He
Rook
took it.
actually won.
He actually took it. Very, very nice.
Rook just came in and said, I feel like I shouldn't be here, and then won.
Wow.
Hey guys, it's Rook. What's up? Just wanted to flip the camera on after a productive day of streaming. Had about a 3.5-hour stream today for AVAULT's Yugituber King of Speed Duel tournament that he hosted with the release of the Speed Duel GX box. We had 8 Yugitubers that you guys probably know participate. I think I was the only one that was like mainly Speed Duel. Although they had obviously AVAULT TO'd the thing, and Cursive YGO was also on commentary kind of throughout the whole thing. It was kind of live streamed on his end on YouTube, but then I also flipped the stream on for mine. The players, there were 8 of us. It was me, MBT Yu-Gi-Oh, Milano, Watt 007, Mood Trapper, Neshi, the Crystal Beast, Spanko, and True Champion Steven. So we were all playing. It's a lot of kind of like familiar Yu-Gi-Oh! Regular Yugitubers that are familiar with Speed Duel in a little bit of a capacity. And so how the tournament worked was it was an invitational from AVAULT. We all agreed to play. It was like in the middle of the day on Saturday, Eastern time. And we were playing for a number of prizes, and we essentially picked a character and built our deck around the character. So about a month ago, he asked if we had any preference. People were giving out preferences. I had no preference, so I just got whatever was assigned to me because I didn't have really high hopes going into this. You know, it's just that all the cards are new, and I knew I was going to be really busy and not have a lot of time to kind of really dig into it and determine what's good. Because the thing about this tournament is that all the cards have to be from the GX box. So I can't just show up and, you know, use a Jaden Yuki skill but then play something old, you know. So I was like, yeah, just participate. Obviously, it's a good thing. AVAULT printed mats for everybody for participation. Love to support him. So, and obviously the mat looks sweet. So I wanted to play, and I was just, whatever, give me whatever character they had. So you know, MBT got Alexis, and Neshi got Crystal Beast. That's what he wanted. Spanko, I think, wanted Elemental. And so at the end of the day, I got stuck with Crowler, of course, the character nobody wanted, which was Ancient Gears. So I had not played with Ancient Gears in TCG before. The first time I'm really seeing him from like playing the game was when it came out here in Speed Duel. So now I had to build a deck with an Ancient Gears skill, and really kind of leaning towards the Ancient Gear archetype, more or less. All the cards had to be from the GX box. And AVAULT did allow some sort of construction this time. He did do a tournament that was a Yugituber related kind of invitational for the Battle City box, but it was you just play the deck straight up that's sealed. And I remember I think I had the It's Jinzo deck, and it didn't do very well because that deck's just kind of, it's got some shortcomings. But this time it didn't have to be sealed. We could use 3 copies of a card if we wanted to, and all the cards, they just had to be from the GX box. So that was helpful. And that kind of helped me build my deck. So I obviously revolved around Ancient Gears. And I drew some serious inspiration for my deck. And I'm lucky to have done this because I do run the Speed Duel Showdown, which is the weekly tournament on Mondays. So we've had 2 tournaments now where we have seen significant kind of GX incorporation into some of these competitive decks. And there was a player by the name of Lagander, who played Ancient Gears. This was last week. This was the tournament that was free, that we had like 33 people, and I put up the money for. And this guy played Ancient Gears. I think he got like 5th place, 6th place. It was really fun to watch. I caught a couple of his matches on stream, how he utilizes Middle Age Max, the skill that allows you to put counters on it when things are summoned, and then you can get the big guys out really early. You can get Ancient Gear Golem, utilizing Gear Town and Double Cyclone to pop Gear Town to then get, you know, another Ancient Gear from deck with those kind of effects and how they work. And then, of course, some good staples like DD Warrior Lady, Cyber Dragon. He personally used Magical Hats, which in this deck I wouldn't be able to use that because it's not GX box. That's Battle City. And in his side, he had used Spellproof Armor, kind of a Spellproof Armor combo, some Clausolis, Jinzo, Spellproof Armor, and maybe something else, just in case you wanted to completely flip the deck on its side and go towards Spellproof Armor. I obviously couldn't do that because this deck had to be GX. But I drew a little bit of inspiration from that as kind of a starting point. So I had built the deck, and I'll profile this also. But it was middle-aged max skill, and then a combo of Ancient Gears between the Beast and the Knights, and DD Warrior, Lady Cyber Dragon, Ancient Gear Golem, Toon Ancient Gear Golem, and then really it was just Gear Town, Double Cyclone, and then 3 Floodgate and Wall of Disruption. Obviously, like I literally, every staple that I mentioned in the video last week, where I was like, here are 3 great cards that you can put in a deck, I had it in this deck. So I had Wall of Disruption, Cyber Dragon, and DD Warrior Lady in this deck. That kind of rounded out the deck. And then in the side, I actually had Straight Flush was kind of the one to note, which is the one where if your opponent has 3 cards set, you can flip it and destroy everything. And I actually got that off, I think, in one game against Heroes. Ironically, I didn't get it off in Crystal Beast. You'd think that it would work really well there, but I actually didn't. I think by the time I sided it, I didn't draw it that game. But anyway, so that was kind of my deck that I had used. And I felt pretty good about it because I flipped the stream on about an hour before. The tournament started at 2. And I flipped the stream on about an hour before. And I just like pinged in the Speed Duel League Discord. And I was like, yeah, I'm testing this deck. I gotta somebody play me. Ursus jumped on it. A couple other guys jumped right on it. Played a few games before the thing started. And a lot of people were saying, why not just use this? And I was like, it's got to be GX. It's got to be GX cards. So I was trying to keep to that so that I could feel comfortable enough to take it to this tournament and not freak out and panic and not know what to do. Also, one thing to note is that this tournament was played on the YGO Omega simulator. It wasn't Dueling Book. YGO Omega is a simulator that I've tried, I think a year ago. I might have done a couple videos with AVAULT trying to kind of like promote the thing. The creator of YGO Omega and like another partner that has created that simulator, they were in this chat in this tournament. Not participating, but they were just on call, like on standby, which is amazing. You wouldn't expect anything like that. And apparently AVAULT's been working closely with them for a long time, really to kind of make it more accessible to Speed Duel. It's honestly, with the work that they've done and how slick it was and how seamless it was, even with incorporating the new skills and things like that, it's probably the best simulator for Speed Duel right now. I know people won't move away from Dueling Book. It is what it is. But it's Master Duel-ish. It does a lot of things automatic for you and in a good way. So every game I played, there hasn't been a, what? Why is it making me do this? So that's good. So I built the deck. I played a few games. I felt okay. I was kind of fumbling through some stuff. Turns out you can't special summon Ancient Gear Golem. Duh. A couple things like that. Obviously got those early mistakes out of the way, so I was prepared. And then the tournament started. The tournament, you can also do a tournament in YG Omega, and it like starts automatically if people aren't there, kicks them, like all that sort of stuff. You don't have to like kind of fumble and TO and stuff, which is kind of cool, from my perspective. But the hardest part would be to convince people to use that platform. Anyway, I start, and the first match pops up, and it's against MBT. And last King of Speed Duel tournament, I played MBT first, and I lost because he got Unions for Battle City. So I was looking for this salty run back. And so I had my Ancient Gears, and of course he has Cyber Angels, which is like the one deck that I was the most afraid of. Because Cyber Angels, what we've seen from other tournament play, is that this deck is kind of the most advanced from all the Speed Duel decks right now. It has a number of rituals that you can kind of get out in succession, and you can do a whole number of chain links to try and get the right things. So I was kind of freaking out because I thought that my deck was going to be too slow against this. MBT, obviously an accomplished streamer that has seen all sorts of gameplay and just really has a head for that and a mind for that. So I was nervous that I was going to get smashed by MBT again. Luckily, this time it was 3 rounds of Swiss, so it wasn't single elimination. So if I lost, I could still try and like recover. And there were prizes for like top 3. And then everyone got participation map. So anyway, we start, and essentially I'm going to post the matches kind of in pieces also on the channel. But I actually did beat him, and the kicker was he had got the combo off. He had like the 3 rituals or like a Senju and Ida-10 Nizana. He had them all in the field, and it looked scary, and they got buffed by something, whatever. And then he swings into me, and luckily I had Wall of Disruption, which it's minus 800 attack for all your opponent's monsters, minus 800 attack per monster. So it's a minus 2400 attack for each monster total, and that's permanent. So like Izana was at like 3400, but now she's at 1000. And I just normal summon like DD Warrior Lady and beat over that. Even with another thing that Cyber Angels can do is you can remove kind of the ritual spell from the graveyard to block an attack to protect them from being destroyed. And I blasted right through that. So that was lucky. So first game against MBT, I was feeling a little nervous. I wasn't sure that I was going to, I felt like I was still making weird mistakes, and that was kind of lucky. So anyway, we had like 20 minutes in between. I'm playing a little bit more just with other people in the Speed Duel League and trying to hone it. And then second match comes in, and it's against Spanko, who's Jaden Yuki, which is Elemental Heroes. So I'm ready to play Elemental Heroes, and I go into this one a little more confident because I know that Elemental Heroes aren't that great. A big thing that Elemental Heroes has, it's a problem, is getting the attack that it needs to beat over stuff. So like Ancient Gear Golem, Tune Ancient Gear Golem, 3,000 attack. That is so hard to get over. Flame Wingman is your kicker. That's your good one, and that's 2,100. So I mean that's going toe to toe with like Cyber Dragon. There were some things, I think he had the skill that buffs the attack, so that was kind of his game plan. But I never saw it. I walked over it. The first game, I just got the floodgates that I needed. He whittled me down with a couple bursts of Natrix, but I just needed to draw Ancient Gear Golem, and there it was, and it was fine. And then the second game, I think that, I had Floodgate really for the fusion. That's it. So second game won against Elemental Heroes. Ancient Gear Golem's currently 2-0. Get pulled in with a Vault and Cursive, do a little interview. I tell him that I have imposter syndrome because I feel like I didn't think I would get this far. I just learned this deck today. I personally skipped GX in my childhood, so I feel like there are people that know these cards better than me. And I know Speed Duel, but blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we go to game 3 after that, little intermission. And game 3 is against Neshi, the Crystal Beast. I looked this guy up on YouTube, and his cover is literally the Crystal Beast. Like, he's the Crystal Beast guy. So I was like crapping myself because I'm like, well, I know Speed Duel, but this guy knows this deck. He's playing Crystal Beast. Like, there's no way I can beat this. And I go in, and I feel like when I go into this match, I'm like so ignorant about it because I never really got Crystal Beast. And playing a little bit more, I understand that the point of Crystal Beast is to get that trap Conclave out, and it allows you to put it to the graveyard to bounce something to your opponent's hand. And eventually you can just special summon all the Crystal Beasts and you kind of rush the board. But no Crystal Beast is really bigger than like 1,800. The Tiger can get up to 2,000 or something like that. So every time he was like bouncing all these Crystal Beasts into like the spell trap zone and back out in the field, I just kept scratching my head and I'm like, but why should I care about that? I just don't get it. And I never saw Crystal Raigeki, which is another great removal that just like destroys my stuff. So he was like doing all this flashy stuff and putting things spell and trap and back into monsters, and I just like normal summon Ancient Gear Knight and swung. The first game went pretty quickly. I think luckily I had Ancient Gear Golem both times and a good way to set it up. It's so easy to get out with middle-aged mechs. So I had that first game, and then the second game I remember my ending board was he had the Pegasus out, but I had Ancient Gear Golem, DD Warrior Lady, and a Knight, and he had a Book of Moon or something like that. So I just needed lethal, and I had it. So like kind of anticlimactically, I won, and I became the official king of Speed Duel for Yugitubers for GX. So it was really fun. I had a blast. A lot of people were watching the stream, and I think that there was some good engagement there, and people seemed excited. I was kind of trying to duel people in between, and it just feels good to represent kind of the Speed Duelists and like the Speed Duel League, obviously, because everybody else is kind of a regular Yugituber and being able to come out like that. So it was a lot of fun. Shout out to AVAULT for hosting a great tournament. Serious shout out to the YGO Omega people, because I've never seen that level of commitment and that personal touch to help with a tournament like this. And obviously they're trying to promote their platform. And when I went in there, people are playing advanced. Like I thought everyone fled and went to Master Duel, and Master Duel came out because like, why would you play anywhere else? But people are playing, and it was pretty slick. There was no problems. I remember last year when we played, there were like a couple Speed Duel things where I was like, that doesn't quite work that way, but no problems here. And I was anticipating a bunch of them, obviously, with the cards being so new, but there weren't. Even middle-aged mechs, which is a weird skill that starts in the spell trap as a continuous spell. You'd think that would be a little bit of a problem, but nope. So with that stream, it was about 3.5 hours. I think that there's like 4 videos worth of stuff. So I'm going to release that into the next week. And also check out AVAULT's channel, because he's probably going to do piece by piece also. We had to save all the replays and send it to him. And then he's going to ship me, ironically, AVAULT lives like not even 2 hours from me. He's just across the border in Canada. But he's going to ship me my prizes. So as first place, you get this mat, which I'll put on the screen here. You get this mat, which looks awesome. And first place gets this trophy, which is going to be sick. I already have a spot on my desk for it. So I really didn't think I would get this far. I didn't. So I'm stoked. Also, he's given out, I get a GX box. I'm assuming it's in English, which is great. And 5 tournament packs and just 5 assorted Speed Duel packs. So it was a good tournament. It was a fun afternoon. So thank you to everybody that watched that live on stream. And for those that you didn't, I'm going to cut out the VOD a little bit and we'll see. I think I'm going to do it like deck profile, then match by match, and then maybe some of the other goodies where we were kind of talking in between rounds and some other stuff like that. But that was a blast. So I'm officially the Yugituber King of Speed Duel for the GX era. So that I'm going to put that on the bottom of my resume. And now you guys should feel pretty comfortable signing up for the showdown each week because you know that I have the credentials. All right, guys, that's it. I just wanted to kind of recap what happened and just kind of while it's all still fresh in my head, but it was a great time. Shout out to AVAULT once more and everybody that participated. A lot of those Yugitubers, some of them had never played Speed Duel before, but they knew the decks and they liked them. So hopefully that kind of turns some more people onto the format. Hopefully they do some of their own coverage and we go from there. All right, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic week. If I had Cyber Phoenix out, I would have had to use DD Warrior Lady here to get the banish, and that would only have 12. It's not lethal. I mean, I think the fact that I had monsters to choose from is huge. Okay. Replay. Yeah. I like replaying. Okay. We did it. I don't get it. The deck wasn't scary. I don't get it. I have a hard time understanding. Good game, though. Yeah, no Conclave. That was probably it. It blows my mind. Thanks, Slash Revolver. Yeah, we did it, guys. We're the king of Speed Duel. We're the Yugituber king of Speed Duel. We just 3-0'd. I'm blown away. I don't even know. I don't even get. We did it. Ancient Gears. We did it. We are the Yugituber king of Speed Duel. We won all 3 matches. Yeah, Bobby. We're the king of Speed Duel.